What's up, YouTube family? Welcome to the vlog. It is a special edition vlog, Q&A edition. We're going to answer your most asked questions on our videos that we get, and some of them that we have asked for also.
And there are going to be some questions we might not answer because it's been so long since we asked for your questions.
Right, so it has been a while since we've asked, and we finally are sitting down making this video. So I apologize for that. But it's been a busy couple months.
Season.
Yeah. Okay, 3 months ago.
We're not on top of this at all.
Okay, first question. Plans for baby Henry's nursery. Well, I hope you've seen the vlogs because you should see them.
Who asked that? You're not saying the name.
Andrea Barrett.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Andrea Barrett. Yes, she's my pregnant friend on Facebook.
Oh, Andrea, I hope things are going well with your pregnancy. Are they? Don't be spreading her news on our channel.
I'm just saying, prayers for you, Andrea. Keep going, girl.
Cades28 asks, do you have a video of when you informed Paisley of this news? And she's talking about the pregnancy announcement. And the answer to that is no.
We do not.
Because we really never it just kind of over a period of time gradually
built up.
Yeah.
To it was first we started talking about, having a little brother or sister, and then having a baby brother or sister, and it was just one of those things we built upon until we were like, well, and we just nonchalantly said, there's a baby in Mama's belly, and that was basically it.
And she's like, okay. We have a lot of questions from Sharon Heffron. How did you decide on both children's names?
Well, let's just answer one at a time.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll start with Paisley since she's the oldest. Now, a long time ago, to another chapter of our lives, gather around, children, I'm telling a story. Daniel and I, early on in our marriage, were talking about kid names and what we would like to name our children. So we would start out, I guess, with the girl names. Those were the ones that one of us hadn't already said, this is what our child's going to be named. Get to that in a second. So with girls' names, we kind of like I did, the unusual names. I didn't want it to be, everyday name, just like everybody else. So actually, we had two girl names that we both agreed upon. You remember where they were?
Paisley.
Obviously Paisley, which that was a shocker for me because I threw out the name Paisley because I like the pattern Paisley, the Paisley pattern.
I don't remember the second.
And then, but some people think the name is from Brad Paisley, the country singer, and that's not true. But then the second name that he was kind of okay with was Barkley. And this was even before we got our dog Barkley. And so when we got our female dog Barkley, our female dog, we decided to name her Barkley. So then that took that name off the list. We were left with Paisley.
All right, Henry.
Well, Henry, this was the gender that was already decided before I even came into the picture. So saith Daniel, that he told me from the very beginning, if I ever have a son, I'm naming him Henry. And Henry comes from Daniel, that's his middle name, and his grandfather's first name was Henry as well, who he is named after. I like the name Henry. I don't have a problem with Henry. And so when we sat down and we were going over names for this child, we had to think of obviously a whole new set of girl names. And then
because our dog had one and our child had the other.
So anyway, so we decided on for the boy's name, obviously Henry, and then wanted to make sure, just like I did with Paisley's name, that her initials looked decent in monogram form.
Yo, that's a Southern thing. When you're picking out a child's name, that's the first thing she went to, is the monogramming.
Which that was the cause of many, many fights.
It's ridiculous.
Arguments
It is slap ridiculous.
with Paisley's name. So anyway, so that was Henry's first name. So then we sat down and we were like, okay, now gotta think of a middle name. So since he had a name from his side, I was like, well, I want to do a name from my side of the family.
I agreed to.
Yeah. So we were sitting down trying to figure it out. So went to my dad's side of the family. I would have named him one of my grandfathers, my grandvans, my dad, his dad's, one of his names, but his name is very old-fashioned. Nobody, I mean, if we had named him one of those names, it would have been like, did you just make that name up? So, my grandfather's name, I called him Papa. His name was Huell, Huell. First name Huell, Bethay, Betha. So, and he did.
I would like to personally apologize for any of the Bethays who are watching this and are offended right now.
And Papa did not like his middle name at all. So,
Henry's
middle name, Parker, came from my great uncle, Parker, who's actually my grandfather, Papa, his youngest brother's name, first name, Parker. And you know, that's kind of a modern name, so we settled on Henry Parker, HP.
Coming soon. Alright, and then it says, how are you preparing Paisley for the new addition to her family?
We're preparing her by making sure she knows that we need her help, because she loves to help.
It's a big helper.
She is very good at cleaning up, doing things when we ask her to do things, for the most part. But she absolutely loves to help.
Alright, this is a more recent question from Karen Vincent. It says, do you think if Paisley had been able to adopt younger, say less than a year old, that the adjustment would have been easier? It says, when I look at videos from a long time ago, the children were younger at adoption because the paperwork was not as onerous as it is today. I have friends who adopted 3 children from China who are now grown, and none of them was more than a year old. Do you think if Paisley had been able to be adopted younger, say less than a year old, that the adjustment would have been easier?
I would say yes and no to that. And let me clarify. Yes, because obviously the longer a child is institutionalized or an orphan, you know, in an orphan setting, she was institutionalized and then went to a foster family. Obviously, the longer she is without her forever family, the longer it would take to kind of get her caught back up. But the thing that we have learned with through all of our adoption stuff and training is that yes, on one hand it would be easier, but then no, on the other hand it wouldn't, because whatever damage was done to her brain from the trauma and neglect at such an early age, that was still going to be there embedded in her brain, no matter if she was a month old, even a day old, because when that break happens between birth mother and child, there starts the damage. So obviously we would have liked to have adopted her at a younger age, but it didn't work out that way. But we are very thankful that we were able to bring her home when we did, because now we are seeing the fruits of adoption at 2.5 years old. And I will say, even in this day and time, in present day, adopting a 2.5-year-old from China is very young.
Right. I would agree to that. I think, we certainly would have loved to have gotten to her earlier than we did, but, her being 2.5, home a few years before she started school. Now she started preschool, and we're so thankful that she got into that school because it wasn't a guarantee. And then now, she's had a year of preschool under her belt before starting kindergarten next year, and she is just flourishing, and we think that she will continue to do that. So hopefully that answers your question there. All right, Sharon Heffern with the continued good questions, and she said, Paisley calls Daniel Baba. Will you go with the American version of Daddy with Henry? I think we've talked about that.
Yeah, briefly.
Briefly, and for now we're still going to go with Baba, just because I am Baba, and only...
I am Baba. Look, I am your Baba.
Yeah. I consider it a joy and a privilege and an honor to be called that, so...
even though it's not widely used here in America. I mean, Baba does mean father, so it's not like he's not going to call you father or dad. It'll just be in a different language. I mean, who knows? It might change into dada, daddy, dad, and, Paisley could follow suit.
Right. And Paisley does call me Daddy sometimes. And it's interesting because usually when we're around other kids, she'll call me Daddy. But when it's just like me and her, she'll call me Baba. Mm-hmm. And I don't think she's like afraid of that, but she just be like, well, that's my daddy. Because it's almost like she knows.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Paisley's so smart, and she'll, Sharon went on to say, will that cause confusion for Paisley? I don't think so, not right now.
No, so she does know the difference.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't ever say, that's my Baba. She says, that's my daddy, you're my daddy. You're Baba, you're my daddy. So.
And she asked, this is a big one, are you planning to vlog the labor and delivery? Okay, I'm going to answer this, and hopefully Leslie's on the same page with me. At least I think she might be. So first of all, we would love to share. Now this is me saying it, and we'll see how accurate I am with Leslie's thoughts. So maybe I should say I would love to share.
Yes,
I would love to share as much as the labor and delivery as possible, but it's going to be clean. It's not going to be, like Leslie's legs flying up in the air type stuff. It's not going to be any like baby coming out shots, so don't look for that. Like, I guess here's the thing. We don't know for sure when he's coming. So I could be at work, and it could be a very chaotic deal with me running. I plan to eventually keep my camera stuff in my truck and things like that. But if it's chaotic, and I'm sorry to say this, but the vlog takes backseat to everything. But the number one thing is Leslie's health, Henry's health, and who has Paisley. Because she needs to be taken care of too. And then it's like way down the line, the vlog. But saying all that, at some point during that day, when he comes, I want as much footage, for ourselves, especially of Henry as a newborn, just a few minutes old. So I think there will be some type of aspect or birthday, maybe, vlog, but I don't know if it'll necessarily be camera set up in the room capturing all the action of everything, because I don't know that y'all want to see that anyways. So now let's hear Leslie's side of it to see what she thinks.
I will say this. When I'm laboring, I'm not going to feel like having a dang camera in my face asking me a bunch of questions, talking to me. because then that might just be the end of vlogging as we know it. Because I will take the camera and I will hurl it across the room. And he has been warned about this. So,
because I want to say I don't plan on like having a bunch of, especially if it's going by fast, having a bunch of like Q&A, like back and forth type stuff. It's just going to be a documenting that day type vlog.
Yeah. And my thought is, and Daniel and I have discussed this in great length and detail, my thoughts on sharing it with the world. I do not mind videoing moments for our family, but I will definitely be watching his edited vlog before it is posted to make sure I approve of everything in there, because I don't feel like it is necessary to share in grave detail what goes on, just because I would like for us to have those special moments where we can have just for us, like we have some of those with Paisley,
right,
that we have not shared with y'all, just because there are special moments. And so I think that we both agree we would like to have special moments just
right.
for us. I mean, there will be hospital footage. Just no laboring footage. It'll be after I am finished doing what I need to do.
And if it's we were talking about this at dinner, if it's like a slow process, the labor, there might be some like video before, if we're standing around waiting on him to come, but he's not here yet.
She'll be standing.
If I'm standing around and she's laying there.
Yeah, she's laying there.
We're excited about that moment. Something we want to do is, when he comes, is also have a moment with just the four of us with Paisley. They're also, even before most of the family sees him, because she's just as part of this as anybody, and I think she deserves that. And we're excited about, Leslie and I are excited about sharing that moment together, just the two of us and the doctors and nurses, and Henry will be there. But there will definitely be some type of birthday vlog. How much of it that is detailed will depend on just how it goes. So stay tuned. So, and I'll say this too. There could be a small chance to where like I'll go live at the hospital, but like out in the hallway or something, just to give an update of what's going on, because it's super easy to jump on YouTube live and say, hey, be praying for us because he's coming or something. So you need to make sure that when, number one, not only that you're subscribed, number two, that you also get notifications from us when we do go live. That's just my little plug for all of our other social media platforms. There's a small chance that we'll go live, and also there's an even bigger chance that he will be seen on probably our Instagram before YouTube, just because it's a quicker platform. And also follow us on our new Facebook page that we're trying to grow as well. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, I don't mean to be all cranky or mean about it, but anyways, I know myself.
This YouTube channel has been like I don't want to say baby, but it's been kind of my thing. I started it and
birthed it.
Yeah, I birthed it, and I'm very thankful that Leslie and Paisley have gone along with it, and they've supported me. Leslie has been extremely supportive of this channel and us sharing our story. And I don't want to do anything that would offend them, especially offend Leslie. And and I would like to think that we're kind of classy on stuff. We're not going to post some things. And I know like there's been plenty of times where I could post videos of stuff that I know would get a lot of views.
Like what?
Like I'm not going to talk about. But even like I didn't vlog Paisley in the ER. Even though I know stuff like that gets views. And there are just times where I think it's just not important, and we have to protect her and protect our story and protect Henry's story now. Hopefully y'all can respect that. If not, go ahead and unsubscribe.
Usually we're not this blunt or transparent, but we kind of like to sugarcoat things sometimes, and especially being in the South, and our answers try not to offend anybody, but this one we've talked a lot about, and we have expressed our views to each other, and so we feel very passionate about about that. So anyways, I'm glad we're on the same page. So
I'll just say this one quick thing. I know several other families who have adopted, and it kind of, when they talk about their child who is young, like extremely young, it hurts my heart for their kids when they share all their business, their medical needs, all that stuff on the internet. I'm like, that's not your place. And it's always been my goal, it's been Leslie's goal, to share our story and protect Paisley's. I know sometimes we walk a very fine line with that, but I think that's important. Until Paisley is old enough to say, hey, I want to talk about this, we're not going to talk about it, because trust me, there are plenty more things that we could talk about, but we're not going to do. That's her story to tell. It's not ours. We love her to death, and we would hate for her 10 years from now to watch a video and think, I can't believe they shared that. So that's my story on that, and that's all I'm saying about that.
And I know too, like what Daniel said, like obviously it's different in that aspect with adopted children and biological children, and so we have worked so hard, for so long to gain her trust. And so like Daniel said, like we don't want to lose it over something silly, something that is all her anyway. So that's why we are so protective over what we share.
Next question, and probably because we've gone on. Anna West says, will you be spraying the wasp away? Well, she has two questions. Number one, will you be spraying the wasp away? No, but we did suck them up with a vacuum. That's our new thing. The wasps are still getting in our house.
Yeah,
every now and then.
World?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're coming through the vents, but every now and then want to pop up. You know who can find them the best? Paisley.
Oh, she's
like a little wasp tracker.
I hope she hears their wings of flapping.
And she's like, gets all excited because you know how she is with vacuums. So she got bugs and vacuums, and she goes crazy. Yeah. And then we have a Dyson, and it's like bagless, so you can see it, and so it sucks it up, and it's still alive. And Paisley would just sit there and have a conversation with it in the canister. And she said, number two, will Paisley be going to public school, Christian school, or homeschool?
That's a good question.
And right now, it is a public school because they haven't done anything to make us. I know schools are different all over the country, but in the South, they're a little bit more, I'll say, along our mindset.
Well, where we live, especially.
Yeah, right.
Because we're the school district, is that what it's called, that we are zoned for is a city. So the city we live in has its own school district. And they broke away from the county like a few years ago, and they've been doing really, really well. And
just built a huge new high school. Yeah. Beautiful.
Their test scores are good. We've been really, really impressed so far with the elementary school, because she does go to preschool at the elementary school. We've been super impressed with the elementary school staff and her teachers and the kindergarten teachers that she has next year, and just all the faculty and staff there.
Alright, well that about wraps it up for this Q&A vlog. Thank y'all so much for the questions.
And if, I was going to say this, if you do have questions about why she does call us sir and ma'am a lot, make sure you go look at...
The absolute #1 question we get.
We do, a lot. Make sure you go watch the vlog title. She had a 12-pound, 1-ounce baby, and it's a picture of Susie on there. Towards the end of the vlog, we kind of talk about
what if you had a 12-pound 1-ounce? Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all so much for the questions. We appreciate the fact that y'all care enough that you want to ask questions and know more, and we sincerely do appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool because, I mean, we're here, Daniel's making these vlogs just about our ordinary life that, you know, it's not, I don't feel like it's that exciting, especially since I'm pregnant. It's really not that exciting.
Yeah, we're like, today we're going to the park.
We're going to shop.
Let's go to Costco. Look, this is our vlogs in a nutshell. Costco, Mexican food, Arby's, home, park. Oh, look, here's the adoption video.
Bike ride.
This goes Peso on a bike ride.
We're on a walk on the trail. Yeah, so...
Oh, look, a wasp.
Don't scare me.
Vlog it.
No, so it is really neat that so many people have asked specific questions about our life, and it's crazy.
I'll be off for 5 weeks when Henry comes, so hopefully I can do more vlogs because that'll be like Leslie's only source of income.
High expectations up here.
Yeah. If y'all watch enough videos, Leslie won't have to go back to work, and she can just be a full-time YouTuber. So thumbs up for that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Have a camera strapped to my forehead and baby strapped to my chest, and yeah, I'm just sitting here breastfeeding. I just thought I'd get on live.
I feel like we're blabbering. It's late. I gotta edit a vlog for tomorrow. But thank y'all so much for watching. If you've made it this far, then y'all are true subscribers, Todd watchers. Y'all should get like an award or something. If you made it this far, let's do a code word so we know. If you made it this far, say bye y'all in the comments below, because that's always the last thing. Just so we know who our
true homies are.
Who our true homies are.
This is how we are in real life, people.
We're together, which is not much. So I like how Leslie's using her belly as an armrest.
Y'all, I never understood why women did this, why pregnant women did this. Now I know. It's so comfortable. Like, where am I putting my arms? My hands. Oh, right here. I don't know what to do with my hands. Rest them on your belly. Did you want to wrap up, or do you want me to?
Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all have a blessed day. And if y'all enjoyed this video, which apparently you did if you've made it this far, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see y'all soon.